Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be a little different than my usual ones. This is going to be one where I will tell you some channeled messages I got, then I'll go into the tarot and oracle decks and pull to get more of just what's happening right now, kind of an update. And then at the end, I'm going to do a little pick a card or pick something for a more personalized message. So if you resonate with the title or that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please stick around and watch, and I will get right into it. So I have some channeled messages. Something I heard is day before the dawn, almost like darkest before the dawn, but that's not what I heard. I heard specifically day before the dawn. So I was trying to understand what that meant. One thing is the dawn of something about to happen. It's like this is the day before, and that could be literally, as in whenever you're seeing this is the actual day right before something begins, like something very significant. The other thing is I feel like you've already made it through the dark, like how it's always darkest before the dawn. I think it's almost like you went through the dark and then you're going through the night, or you went through the night and then you're going through the day. I don't know. It was coming to me in little bits and pieces, but there is, whether it's literally the day before or just more metaphorically speaking, as in like it's about to happen, there is something that is going to be dawning or beginning, and this is that right before it happens, like there's nothing else besides it just happening. Like that's the next step. There's nothing else to happen. This is the true last part before that begins. And then I had a very strange dream last night that I was guided to share parts of, because I'm not good at dream interpretation. Maybe somebody is, and this didn't feel like a personal dream to me. I mean, it could have had part of personal parts for me, but it felt like more picking up on a collective energy. So I wrote down 3 moons because I drew this little picture. In my dream, there were actually 4 moons. There was like our regular moon, which was bigger and like more off to the side. But then there were 3 of the same size moons, smaller, and they were kind of in like a triangle shape like that. And they were all like that light yellow color. Excuse me. Anyway, in the dream, it was the kind of like an apocalypse dream, but the thing that was causing the world to end, it was some type of glitch, and it was causing everything to turn back into each other. So like there was no separation of anything anymore. Everything was merging into each other. Like people, like if your hand was next to someone, they would start to merge into one, and the energy of everything merging with the energy of everything around it. And it kept glitching like that. Like it wasn't happening all gradually. It was like glitching and happening and then going back to normal. And then part of the world was destroyed or turned into something else that way. But it wasn't completely destroyed, because there was also someone inventing something. And this could, I feel like it reminded me a little bit of the movie Interstellar, but it wasn't exactly the same. But there was someone who was inventing some machine, and this machine, like once they got it right, they were like trying to rush against the clock and do it before the complete world ended, and they finally did it. So they were able to save the rest of the world, including myself in the dream, because it stopped like right as it was like the street next, like one street over to me. And then this person, it was weird, it was like they needed to like screw something in just right. But yeah, so the whole world didn't end. It stopped the apocalypse and it stopped the glitching, whatever was happening. But I just felt like that was such a weird dream. So I don't know if you guys can relate to that somehow, if that like triggered something in your memory or a dream you had, but I was guided to share that. So the next thing I channeled was, if there's something that you've been planning on, like maybe you had a specific date or day set for this to happen, or that you needed it to, or that you expected it to, or someone gave you a deadline like, hey, you can, or maybe you ordered a package and it's like it's arriving by this date. And there's something where it's actually like you're waiting, okay, the date comes, and then you're still waiting, like, okay, now it's past the date. This could even be you're waiting on your baby to be born and you're like, okay, I'm past the due date, but something that's taking longer than planned or expected is still going to happen. And I feel like you could be worrying like that it's not going to happen, but it will. It's just taking extra long, but it's still about to happen. However that relates to you. And then if you've had questions about dreams, like you've had some significant dreams lately, and maybe you've been asking others, maybe you know someone who claims to be good at knowing what dreams mean, and maybe they are, but whatever they told you, or like whatever you looked up and saw, you're just like, that doesn't seem right. I don't feel like that fits. You're being guided to keep looking, because, and not try and be like, oh, I guess that's what it means because that's what that person said. Like, there's a lot of different dream interpretations. So you're being encouraged to look at all the different interpretations or perspectives of it, instead of just being like, oh, I guess this is what it means. Like, you'll know because it'll stand out to you. You'll just have this inner knowing, like, okay, that's what it specifically, this specific meaning is what it meant. And this could apply in other areas. Maybe it's not a dream specifically, but maybe it's something you're trying to understand about yourself, or about a situation, about someone else. And maybe you're doing a lot of research, asking different people, and they all have their opinions, but you're being guided to wait until you find the one that you feel resonates with you. You don't have to accept someone else's opinion that resonates with them if it doesn't also resonate with you. Okay, so the next thing is be fully charged to work at capacity. If something, this could be yourself or something you're trying to work on, something you're trying to use, a machine, a tool, it needs to be fully charged, or you need to be fully charged to work at full capacity. So if something's not working, and going back again to the glitching, if something's glitching, it's not working right, it's because it's not fully charged in some way. This could be the battery, this could be the system needing to be updated and cleaned out, this could be different things, but it needs to be up to date, fully charged, that type of thing, in order to work at full capacity. The other thing I heard is very simple, but I'll tell you like the imagery I got with it. So I heard keep walking, but specifically I'm seeing someone walking in the woods, and it's a situation, it doesn't have to relate to the woods, but it's a situation where you kind of know where you're going, but then you're just like, am I even going the right way at all? Like, you think you do, but then the doubts creep in. You're like, am I going the complete opposite direction that I'm supposed to? And you're being told to just keep walking, and there's going to be a clearing in your path where you can see, or like you'll get to the top of a hill and then you'll be able to see the path better, and not just, and you'll be able to confirm that, oh, I am going the right way. That right up ahead, that's where I'm meant to be. So keep walking, and don't, so basically all of these messages combined, I feel like, is to keep moving forward. Something's about to happen, even though it's taking longer than expected. Don't let your doubts convince you that you're on the wrong path just because things are taking longer. All right, those are all I have for the channel messages. So I'll pull some tarot cards. Let's see. This might be building onto some of those messages, because this is about seeing something that you've been waiting for, or like something, sorry, can't even see the card. Something you've been expecting or waiting on, finally seeing it. So the other day, my son and I were waiting for an Amazon package, and we were looking on the app and seeing the, like, where they were. Hang on. I'll be right back. Sorry about that little interruption. Anyway, we were waiting on a package and we saw where the van was, and it was in our neighborhood. And so we decided to go and like follow it and stalk it and see it come all the way to our house. But it's like we were waiting, and it was past the estimated time when it was supposed to arrive at like 1:15, and then it went to 1:45. So it was past when we were expecting, but once we saw the van, we knew it was about to happen. So there's this energy of like you're seeing something that confirms for you physically that it's about to happen, because you've been told it is, you've been waiting, you've been patient, but you just haven't seen the evidence of it actually happening. So your doubts are creeping in a bit. But this is you actually getting that confirmation, whatever it would be to you, that would really solidify for you that, oh, it is actually happening. So you're going to be getting that at this time, because you've made it to that point of the top of the hill, or that point of the lookout where you can see from a higher perspective. Keep putting it off the frame. All right. You're hyper focused now exactly on what you're supposed to be focused on if you want to move forward with your goals, and that's what you want to do. So you're not attached to the past anymore. You're not like overthinking the future and trying to plan and guess everything. You're just very present and very focused only on what's in your immediate control, and you're focused on how you feel, and you're very observant of yourself and everything that affects you and how it's affecting you. So you're facing the exact direction and going in the exact direction that you're meant to. And even if you do have doubts right now, it doesn't feel like they're able to compete with the inner knowingness you have that you're in the right direction. You're willing to put the work in now, because now you're starting to see, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is the path I'm supposed to be on. Because you were holding back going at full capacity or giving your all, because you didn't want to give your all to something that maybe wasn't even supposed to be your path. So you didn't want to waste that effort and that energy of yours. But once you get this confirmation, and some of these things you'll have already gotten, and you'll still be getting more confirmation from other things. This isn't just one thing. This is multiple areas in your life. So you'll be getting this confirmation. Like I said, if you're watching this, you've likely already got certain things confirmed for you of yes, like certain things that you were torn into about, like, do I commit to this? Do I let it go? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? You got some type of clarity, and you were able to be like, okay, now I can really work on this, and now I know what to do. And you had all this pent up energy that was like, it was like revving an engine, like it was all this energy, and it's not letting out. And so it was actually burning you out and making you tired, because you had excess energy that was burning you out. So it felt like you didn't have energy, but it was actually just energy with nowhere to go. So it like exhausted your system basically. But now it has somewhere to go. Now you know what you're supposed to do. Now you know where you can direct this energy, and you have this sense of knowing, okay, I know what I need to do. If I do this, I will get a good outcome. It's not so up in the air and like feeling like a gamble and taking chances like it used to. You've made choices now where before you kept going back and forth, and even moving forward, the choices you get, you'll be able to easily determine or discern what's the best way for you based on what your goal is. So you're not going to be caught in more confusion, and you won't subconsciously be like deflecting opportunities to make choices out of fear of not knowing what choice to make. This also has to do with trusting yourself, which you've been working on, because you have to trust yourself in order to commit to the decisions you've made and see them through, instead of doubting yourself and deciding maybe you made the wrong choice. Unless you have that deep inner knowing that you made the wrong choice, it's just your fear. And fear doesn't feel like a deep inner gut knowing. I mean, anxiety doesn't, but if it's a true sense of like getting you safety or getting you to somewhere safely, again, it won't freak you out, because if you're in a freaked out state, you're not going to be thinking clearly. You're going to make stupid mistakes. So if true intuition is trying to keep you safe and keep you out of danger, it's going to keep you calm, but it's going to be persistent. It'll just be this strong sense of like, don't go in there, or don't do that, don't try, whatever it is, or leave this place. But it won't freak you out, because again, that wouldn't serve you at all to be freaked out. So that's how you can know. But anxiety does the opposite. It does freak you out as much as it possibly can. You're feeling more in control of making your own wishes come true, your own wants and desires. And you're not afraid to ask for what you want. You're not afraid to claim, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, and this is what I expect out of life. You're having boundaries now with spirit too, like not just with your physical world, but you're like saying what you will accept and what you won't, and spirit's listening. They've been waiting for you to step up and start truly creating your world, your reality, and speaking into existence what you will have and what you won't. There's something you declared was over, or that you're like, it's done, I'm done, this thing is done. And it is. Sorry, it is over. Someone or something maybe is getting choked up on the fact that something is over, or like it hit them out of nowhere. But you said it with such a knowingness, not like, I hope it's over or when will it be over, but you said, it's over, it's done, I've detached. And if you are attached to a situation, whether that involves other people or not, and you just can't seem to get out of it, like no matter what you do, maybe it's a really toxic workplace and you haven't been able to find another job, you've tried quitting, like for whatever reason, it's like you're just so attached to this situation, or it could be a relationship, or it could be a habit or a mindset, anything. But there's something about the thing that you share with this other situation that you're trying to get away from. You have to find what it is that you both share, like the wound you both share that you're both a part of. This could be the wound of shame, the wound of guilt, the wound of like fear of intimacy, that like it could be anything, but it's something that you both share. And as soon as you stop or heal that part, you no longer share that with them. There's no connection anymore. That's how you can really cord cut or cut, these ties with people. So if you've done everything you can, but it's not working, it's because you need to, that's how you energetically do it. You find the thing that's actually connecting you and you face that and heal that. And sometimes just knowing that that's the thing that connects you gives you what you need to face it and heal it. You're like, oh, if all I have to do is face that to get rid of this situation, done, easy. And then it puts it into perspective for you. So the other thing is, I channeled a message about, so everyone knows how certain people will, if they feel bad about something in themselves or have an insecurity, they will want to cause someone else to have that same insecurity or that same fear. But the part people don't talk about is how it's their subconscious way, because humans are all scientists and the experiment is being human and we're all figuring it out. But subconsciously, everything is an experiment. Everything's like, if this happens, then what will be the result? If I need this, how do I get this? So subconsciously, when someone wants someone else to suffer or have the same problem as they do, is because they want to see how that person will react to that problem. How might they solve it? What might a different mind think of to overcome this or to face it? And so it's like them subconsciously putting something on you, like, okay, you fix this problem then, because I can't figure it out, I can't solve it, so what would you do? And this isn't to excuse it, but this is just to understand on a non-personal level why it happens. And if you know that, that may help you with something you're dealing with. So if you can have the option to be a guide to that person to do it differently than, or do something they've never thought of. Like maybe they try to hurt you with something they're insecure about, but maybe you're not insecure about that same thing, so it doesn't affect you. You don't care. You don't have that insecurity, so they can't project that on you, and they see you not caring, even though they know if they were in your shoes, they would really be hurt by the things they were saying or doing. And so it'll frustrate them until they realize they can learn from it and they actually try and be like that. But see, they've never seen an example of how to handle it better. That's why they can't handle it better. Let's see if anything else wants to come up. There's something you let go because if you relate to this situation, or a situation that you felt stuck in, and like no matter what you were trying, you just couldn't get over it or get rid of it. I feel like you're seeing the path now out. You didn't see a path before. You had to believe in it, but you didn't see it. You couldn't think of a way out. Now you're starting to see it, but you don't see the full path yet. It's just one step at a time right now. And you're being encouraged and challenged to be patient and to not try and get too many steps ahead, and to just take the step that's given to you at the moment. But just know that it is the way out. Like finally, the path has opened up for you where there wasn't one before. And it doesn't, so don't focus on how, even though you really want to get out of this situation, don't focus on how much you want to get out. Focus on the fact that now you are getting out, and all you have to do is follow the instructions. And just like building a Lego set, it could seem overwhelming, especially if it's one with hundreds of pieces. But if you just follow the little instruction book, piece by piece, you will have it all together at the end. So that's what you're being encouraged to see this situation with the energy of. And now I want to do the portion where I'm going to do a little pick a card. I'm going to have 2 things to choose from just to get some more personal messages for you. So option 1 or pile 1 will be this mermaid pin. And then option 2, this little wooden case, and it has some Apache tears inside. All right. So if you're drawn to one or both, you can choose which one you're drawn to, or just watch them both. We'll do pile 1. And I'm actually going to use still another playing card deck, but a different one. So for those who picked pile 1, let's see. Somebody's party is over. Somebody's party is getting crashed. Someone whose party has gone on too long, whatever that means for you. There's something of a party isn't supposed to go on forever. Like at some point you have to go back to your regular life and your responsibilities, but there's something about a party that it should have ended by now, and it's going on, and now it's not helping anyone. It's not a positive experience. Now it's just like a self-harming experience. Someone's about to be put to work. Someone who, like, they're gonna get a wake-up call like, hey, you've missed 3 days of work. Where are you? You need to be here in an hour or you're fired. Like that type of wake-up call. Someone's been like lost, like they didn't even realize how long they've been partying. And this is probably not a literal party. This is most likely metaphorical for all of you, but someone doesn't realize how long they've been partying. They've been in some type of trance, under some type of spell, however you want to think of it. But they lost track of time and space and everything. Someone's coming to their senses. Someone's having a rude awakening. And this doesn't feel like it's you unless you know for sure this is describing you. But this does feel like for most of you, it's another person. This is something you walked away from. You left the party on time. Like you left when you were supposed to leave. You got what you needed out of it and you left. But for those who stayed behind, someone has a lot of catching up to do and they may not catch up in time. They have a chance, but they might not make it. It's not a guarantee. It's really, but what will determine it is how much passion they have for this thing. Like it won't be how hard they study or how much work they put in. It'll be their true feelings and intense passion for whatever it is. If it's there, if it's enough, they'll make it. If it's not, they won't make it in time. They won't finish something in time. They won't meet the deadline. But either way, you're unaffected. You're distanced from the situation. You don't have to worry about it. Again, unless you know for sure it's talking about you. And yeah, you're just going to see, you're going to be distracted by gifts coming in. Your holiday season is starting early is what I heard. Be prepared for Christmas and that, or the giving season, the holiday season, to feel like it begins in October for you and just goes till like January. It's going to be a long one for you. A lot of receiving. It's like you're overdue to receive and you finally passed your class in receiving. So you have a lot of packages waiting for you that have just been waiting and waiting till you were able to receive them. So you're going to get them all like in bulk and then more and more and more. Almost like a clogged pipe, but it's clogged of gifts. And so after the like initial clog comes out, then more will just start coming through. But that's what you can expect. And you know that you deserve it and you claim it and it's not a question for you. You know it's yours. Anything else for pile one? You should be very proud of yourself. I feel like you probably are very proud of yourself, how far you've come, how far you've overcome, and the choices you've made. You've made very good choices. Your higher self is very proud of the choices you've made. And they are like, you literally couldn't have done better. Like everything you did, you could not have made better choices. You picked the absolute best every time. Like you're an anomaly. Like none of this is possible, but you did it anyway. So that's what I'm getting for you, pile one. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you got some good stuff out of this. All right, moving on to pile two. Now, if this cuts off, it's because my phone died. And I mean, I guess I could probably get a charger. 1 second. If you will just wait just 1 second. Because I want you to get your full message. Okay. I think it's charging. Okay, I hope it is. If not, if it cuts off, I'm sorry, but that's all the messages that you needed to hear. I always trust that. Okay, pile two. For those who picked pile two, what is their unique message? You've officially made some type of choice, like in the path of your life. Like there was no right or wrong choice. It was just a matter of this way or this way, and something you chose, it's like it's been made official now. Like maybe you're like, I think I'm gonna choose this, but you hadn't officially like sent in your ballot for it or whatever. I don't know. I'm getting different things, but like you've made it official. And now it's like before you were able to make this choice, things were hidden from you because they didn't want to affect the choice you made. So information was kept from you on purpose so that it wouldn't interfere with your choosing. But once you made your choice, now this information can be revealed to you because it's already official, it's already set in stone. And now you're going to be seeing something for what it is, something that maybe looked very nice on the outside or presented as one way, and you're going to be seeing the complete other side of it. Like the masks are coming off of these creatures, and you're going to be seeing. And this could be like seeing people's true intentions, but it feels more like seeing the truth of a situation or like a plan. Not so much a specific person, but more an entire, I don't know, an entire like conspiracy or plan that is related to you personally. Four of Cups. I just realized I'm shuffling these upside down. Anyway, this is just really, I feel like if you were drawn to pile 1 too, pile 1 also, I would watch it because this could be related. There's something you're getting now. Something's being opened up for you. Access to somewhere's being opened up for you. And this goes along with you were held back before because you had to make it the choice first. And once you made the choice, then these things were going to open up. Now they're opening up for you. And you just have a lot of options, where before it may have been like your only option is this or this or this. There's nothing else. But now it's like all these options are open to you, and you really get to choose and customize what you want. And this can apply in a lot of different areas. Like I'm seeing someone who maybe most of your clothes, accessories, shoes, it was stuff that like you found on sale or it was given to you. Like you didn't have it because it's what you actually liked and picked out for yourself. It's like, well, this is kind of the only choice I have, or like I can't find a better deal than this. But now you are able to choose. Like you can go to any store, you can look through, spend hours looking through the different racks and just trying different things on and finding the perfect thing for you. Like you have these options now. For someone else, this could be with food, like maybe because of your income, or maybe you had enough money, you just didn't know how to cook and you didn't just want to buy a personal chef every day, and so you're always eating out, but you're like, I want a home cooked meal, and you felt like you didn't have a lot of options. Or maybe you couldn't afford the certain ingredients you wanted, or whatever it is. It's like now you actually get to go to the store, pick out what you like, pick out what you want, and you just have these options open up to you now, where before you felt very limited. This could even be like with friends or relationships. Maybe the people you had surrounded yourself with were people that they were just there at the time. But now you're actually getting to choose people you want to be around or you want to be in your circle. It feels like you're finally able to make the things happen that you've been dreaming about. You've been like, one day when I have this, then I'm gonna have this, and I'll get to pick out all these things. For someone else, it could be you're getting a home. Like maybe you've never got to actually pick out a home you like. It was always just what's the cheapest or what's the closest to work or what's, you know, all these other factors, but never just because you really like it and feel good and safe and happy there. But now you're getting to choose your home, you're getting to choose the decorations, how you style it, everything. But it's something that you at one point you would talk about, like, one day I'm gonna have this, or I'll be able to choose this. But it's like that day has come and you always knew. Like on the outside, maybe you sounded like just another person talking about your dreams, but you knew deep down that you fully intended for them to come true. It wasn't just like a little fantasy you had. You knew that's what you actually expected and wanted in your future. And it feels like that future is now here for you. That one day has come. So you're going to be getting your wit back is what I heard. If you are someone who naturally, tell me if you resonate with this, naturally very intelligent, very quick with like your thoughts, your mind, your observations, you pick up things quickly, you notice details quickly. When someone says or does something, you notice the tone and the body language, and you feel the energy. You perceive things very rapidly, and you're able to perceive it, think about it, and send something out like faster than anyone else. But maybe you were silenced a lot or shamed a lot, or maybe your circumstances caused you to dim that part of yourself down and fit in, or to be what someone else wanted you to be at the time. But whatever it was, it's like you're getting that back, that ability you had. Maybe you thought you lost it. Maybe you thought maybe you just weren't good at it at all. But there's something about the quickness of your mind and your thoughts. It's going to be speeding up, and it's going to be, you're going to feel like yourself again. And it's because, sorry if I'm moving this, it's because Spirit speaks through you. That's why it happens so quickly, because it's not always you thinking your own thoughts and using your brain to be like, okay, what am I going to say next? It's a channeled message. That's why it comes through so like clearly and so strongly. And maybe you don't even know why, and you don't even know it before you say it. Maybe it's new information to you also, but once you say it, it's like, that's the truth. I don't know why, I just know that it is. So you're going to be getting that back if you feel like you've lost it. If you don't feel like you've lost it, you're going to be getting that enhanced. So it's just going to take it up the next level or the next notch. And again, remember, it's because it's meant to be used. You wouldn't have this ability if it's meant to be hidden from everyone. Spirit wants to use you as a vessel to speak through. And Spirit puts you in front of certain people and in certain situations so that you can say exactly what they need you to say in exactly the moment they need you to say it. That's why it feels so just straightforward, even for you. And so don't be afraid to use it, and don't worry about anyone who doesn't like it, because that's irrelevant. And so are they, is what I heard, but that's a little mean. Anything else? Also, the right people will be very attracted to this, and they'll be able to like read between the lines of your words. Like they'll hear you, but they'll also hear you. Like they'll be able to pick up on, so when Spirit speaks through you, they say one thing, which they're literally saying with their words, but they also say other things that are kind of like hidden messages in the words that certain people who are meant to get the message will hear it. So again, however the message is meant to be received, that's not up to you. That's just Spirit's job, and they're taking care of that. Sorry. So yeah, trust that that's also why you don't have to worry about people who don't like it, because the right people will, whoever's meant to hear it will hear it exactly how they're meant to, and that's all that matters. So thank you, Pile 2, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you next time.